This is Chloe versus the world. Chloe being me. This is my brand new show. Make sure you give us a like, comment, subscribe, 5 stars, and I'll see you all every Tuesday.
We're just gonna, you just cut in whenever.
We're gonna back and forth, but it's a joint story.
Okay, so you're not gonna want to stop the waffle on this one. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'll just let you run its course.
Okay,
Yeah.
So Ash and I were invited to a festival in Budapest last summer, and there were these huge artists on. It was called Siget. It's like, I know I'd never heard of it, but it's the biggest festival in Europe. It has, who was there last year?
No, surely
Justin Bieber, Dua Lipa.
Yeah.
It was honestly, it's like every big act you could imagine. I'm being serious.
Yeah, we
Lewis
literally
Capaldi,
lost our
Kings of Leon,
minds.
Arctic Monkeys, I think were the 2 bands that were there.
Yeah.
As in honestly, it was huge, like almost like Glasto
Sick
levels other than like
DJs.
the big icon. Anyway, so we'd had an amazing time. We were there for like 5 or 6 nights. It was, a lot of people were camping, but we were staying in a hotel because camping is not for me. And so we'd like go to the festival and back. You had to go over this bridge every day. It took about half an hour to get there from the hotel. So we are in the festival. It's the last night, and we were really like quite gone, weren't we?
Yeah.
Not
And
so weird, not like
knew.
you.
Yeah, it's not like us at all. I don't understand that.
I don't know how that happened.
And obviously, any alcohol brands I work with, this is a joke. This is a lie.
Drink responsibly.
So yeah, in it, 1/3 of a glass at a time. Don't ever go in any water after you've drunk, and don't have 2 drinks in your hands at any time. So
Also us.
Yeah, also me. Me, Timothy Chalamet. So we knew a few of the people that were actually dancing in one of the shows there because we just knew them from London. So they'd said, "Oh, we're good friends of Honey Dijon, the DJ."
I love Honey Dijon.
Right.
No,
Right.
cool.
So she was playing, and it was when I think Renaissance had just come out, and she'd produced a couple of the songs on the Beyonce album. So it was the first time we'd have heard them like in a club, massive, like crazy clubbing set. So I was so excited to go. They'd said, "We're going backstage with Honey. Message us when you get there, and you'll be able to come like backstage with us." So we were like, "This is unreal. Like this is so cool." So we go to the bar, and we're like, "Right, let's get some drinks." Obviously,
Bear in mind, we got there late.
Yeah.
Obviously,
really late.
Because
she was already on, and we were like, "How do we get to the situation with her and our mates?"
Yeah.
Right.
Also, we wanted to be on a vibe because we hadn't really done enough of like the drinky bit that we wanted to do.
Because also it was like a work, like, yes, you know, we get to have fun, but like we need to post and
yourself.
stuff. So like we needed to like, and it was the last night, we were like, right, we've done all our posts, we've like, everybody's happy with us in terms of the brand stuff. We can
and we were like, we want to be losing our heads at Honey Dijon.
At Honey Dijon,
like,
and like all the kind of like robotics and it was all so cool. So anyway, we go to the bar and we're like, right, no one can be asked with queuing at the bars for those kind of things. You want to get a few drinks and then be able to take them with you. We noticed this thing that said tea, and it was a drink. Now we say tea all the time, like yeah, tea.
You
like,
know,
agreed,
all
like
we
tea.
say is
Cup of
tea.
But as in like
or
tea, like
tea.
yeah, I agree, like that's tea, like sick, like tea.
Oh,
So
that's the tea.
yeah, like kind of, but just like short and just be like,
tea,
yeah, tea, like that drink's so nice, tea, even though it's not a cup
I
of
don't know
tea.
if anyone says that's nice tea.
Well, I'm gay actually, Chloe, so we do. But so basically,
Sharon Osbourne.
oh yeah, sorry, gay. So we were at the bar and we said to it's in Hungary. We've said that, right? It's in Budapest. So we said to the people on the bar, "What's that situation?" They were like, "Oh, it's this like herbal drink. It's like a local thing of ours." And I went, "Okay, can we like try a couple of shots of those?" They went, "What percentage do you want? 30, 40, 50,
No, what was it?
70 or 80?" Obviously, what did we get?
80.
We looked at each other and were like, "We're not
fucking
pissing
around.
about. We want 2 shots each." And we don't
Honey
have time.
Dijon was live and direct
And I was
at
like, come
this
on,
point. So
like,
we
let's
were
get
like,
lit.
let's just go.
Don't have to come back to the bar for ages.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Back to 80%.
Guys, we're in a different country. Herbal shot of 80%
Right.
is me thinking that is heroin. Crap.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Which, reader, it was.
Yes.
So at the bar, they were. This should have been signal number 1, where they go, "Yeah, one step. We don't have that behind this bar. I'm just going to go and get it, basically from behind a lock and key vault." So this woman ran off, was like, "Haha, you're going to love it, whatever." Obviously, we were already a bit
At
better, so
that
I was like,
point,
"Who
we
else
should have
wants
been
one?"
like,
Like to the bar.
nah.
So that's so. One thing about me is I'm going to
gonna
buy
buy a
everyone a shot.
drink, yeah.
I'm such a nightmare when I've had a drink. Everyone's my best
Same.
mate. I become so friendly.
Yeah.
When actually in real life I'm a horrible pig. So I was literally like,
Not
"Yeah, who
wrong,
wants a shot?"
period.
Yeah, not wrong. So we ended up buying shots for people, whatever. We'd done these 2 shots. 2 minutes later, we're walking off to Honey Dijon. Just a small aside, we then snogged for absolutely no reason, other than the fact that we were.
Other than the fact that we
so
just
happy.
had 80% club.
We were like,
Okay.
And we were like, life is lit.
we should have known at that point that there was something in the tea. So we snogged, right? Then we go, like, right, we need to find the way to get into the thing. And we were told by our friend, like, "Oh, there's this like gate thing that you need to go to." So we walked up to it, and Ash says, "Oh, can I go through there, please, to this guy, the security?" And he's like, no. So she walks back over to me and is like, I'm really, like, I don't get it. I don't know why we can't go through there. Like, that's not on. So I go over to be like...
I don't work here, but let me through that door.
Because we've specifically been told, like, that is the door.
Yeah,
anyway,
right.
so I then go over to the door and I'm like, hey, like, we, you know, whatever we've been told. In that 10 seconds, I'm talking to him. I turn round, Ash is face plant lying down on the floor on her face, right? As in, full, and bearing in mind like a normal festival, but it's like, because it's in Hungary and so it was so it was dry.
As in, like that.
But on her front.
Like on my front, yeah, as in I was
full
dead
on,
ass,
right?
just like that.
Right.
On my front.
And I was like, okay.
In the dirt and dust.
Right.
Like,
and
just like that.
I thought planking was a thing that had finished like 10 years ago. I didn't know people still planked. So I was like, okay, not this. So I go over to Ash and I'm like, right, come on, bird, like, we need to go. I was feeling it a bit, but obviously I'm a lot bigger, so I was like, I was okay. And I'm like, come on, bird, woo, we need to go see Honey. Like, it's fine, we'll just go in the crowd. It's no big deal.
No.
Ash.
Unresponsive. As in unresponsive.
As in no movement. You know, normally when someone's bevved and you push them a bit and they're like, oh.
Yeah.
As in, I was like, she's dead. Like, this
Bear
tea.
in mind, a mate of ours said that when I was trying to get into... I was so annoyed at this security man because I was like, what is this? A blood clot chamber of secrets?
Right.
Why can't I go through that door?
Right.
He was going, it's a solid wall.
Oh, it was basically a brick wall.
It was a solid wall.
It was
giving... And I was going, let me through
Right.
there.
And I was like, no, I'll sort this. Why are you being rude to her? I don't know who you think you are. Turn back round and she's dead on the floor, right? So I go over and I'm like, okay, this concerns me slightly. And I'm like, okay, what do I do in this situation? Bearing in mind, she's wearing a tiny little halter neck.
Obviously, I'm wearing next to nothing.
But it's a little metal skirt, basically made of coins.
On the floor.
No, this is what I'm saying. It was made of metal coins that were sewn together with a thread. It was like medallions and tabernacles. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to pull her skirt down to protect her modesty because her pum-pum's out.
Good friend.
Then I'm like, okay, that's ha, but also like, she's unresponsive. So I'm like nudging her and I'm like, come on. Then the tea hits me and I'm like, okay, what's the sensible thing to do to try and get someone back? A group was forming at this point around us of like, oh my God, look at those people. I started...
Look at this girl, so I'm unresponsive on the floor.
I'm like whacking her to try and like really quite forcefully. And there's groups coming around. They think I'm like assaulting her. Because clearly gays don't exist in Hungary, so it was just like, this man is trying to, you know, and I'm like pulling her skirt down, which looks a bit dodgy.
Fondle her coin skirt. That's what they thought.
Playing with her £2 coin.
My face hurts.
So then I'm like, what's the sensible thing to do? I started biting her because I was like, that will get her to come back round because she, Chloe, when I was like clarting her and she was not moving. So I was like, if I like really sink my teeth in, she's gonna be like, ow, at least, and then I'll be like, okay, she's not dead. Because also she doesn't have health insurance when she travels, so there was no pulse, Chloe. That's my point. She was, that's what I'm saying. She was a goner, right? So as in, it was she was an absolute goner, right? So I was like, I don't know what to do in this situation. So these people coming around, they were like, we need to get an ambulance. I was like, she will not thank you for getting her an ambulance in the morning because she's going to be fine, but she will not be able to afford the health insurance. We're in a different country and she's not paid a penny because she never does. Obviously I do, she doesn't.
I just travel on charisma and a dream.
Right,
that's
charisma, uniqueness, nerve and talent and hopes for the best.
Yes.
So... it's all becoming a bit of a hellscape at this point. The guy's like, no, get off her. And I'm like, that's my friend. I'd also promised her dad before we left. I was like, I will always look after her. Everywhere we go, I'll always make sure she's fine. Because I do. I will
also
never,
me dead.
I will never leave her by herself. Also her corpse. So the ambulance comes over and they're like, right, we're picking her up. They literally, she was like...
Oh, the ambulance is here.
She was rigor mortis. She was a plank of wood at this point. She was lying like this, like she'd just done a dive in a pool.
Serious. Oh, you're like this.
One of the ambulance men took her arms. No, Chloe. It was like...
Have you not rolled her over yet, or is her face still down?
Her face is still down.
Yeah.
To protect her, I don't know. So she's arms out, legs out. The paramedics, one of them picks her up by the wrists, one by the ankles, and she just stays like a plank of wood. I'm like, she's already gone into rigor mortis. She's dead. Like, what on earth do I do? I'm going to have to text her dad and be like, I'm so sorry. The one thing I said I would do is not let Ash die on my watch. And I turned my back for 2 seconds after snogging her and giving her the kiss of death, and she's now dead. So she's honestly. So then she starts getting she gets put as a piece of wood on top of a picnic table because they're like, yeah, the ambulance is really busy. And I was like, okay, I need to get in there with her.
Ambulance is too busy for that.
Yes. For this.
And they were like, no, so many people are done out at this festival that there's not space for you to come in to the thing with her, into the ambulance. And I was like, that can't happen. I have to
Bear
go.
in mind, the
She's
tea
being wheeled
has
off
just
into a
hit Jack.
So I'm like herbal everywhere, herbal essences right at this point.
Jack is not okay, and he's going, she is gonna die. I will not let my best friend die.
Like, she cannot die, right? So she's on this table. Luckily, our friend Rika is Hungarian and she was at the festival with us. So she was saying to me, Jack, I'm being serious. The police don't work in the same way here.
Yeah.
If you keep shouting, you will get arrested. Like, it's not like it is in the UK. She was just like, let's just calm it down. If you keep shouting, they will just go, we don't care who you are.
Yeah.
You're done. You're done. So I was like, okay, fine. I was in floods of tears.
But she's dead.
Yes.
She's fucking died.
So, cut to, she then goes in the ambulance. You need to tell this bit because it kills me.
I went by myself. Bear in mind, Chloe, I don't remember any of this,
that's
okay?
bad,
Obviously, because I was in rigor mortis. So I
was in rigor mortis.
I've been taken to A&E, right? Apparently, they tried to bump my stomach, but it was too late.
Too late. She was too far gone because she was dead.
It was too late because it was also
This
in
is
my
a hologram.
This is really
This is a
bad.
hologram. Ashley's dead.
It's really bad.
I'm actually AI.
Yeah, this isn't real. This is ChatGPT, whatever it's called.
Where were we in this? Oh,
so
I'm
you
in
rocked
A&E.
up in A&E. I, by the way, you know I said it took half an hour to get over the bridge?
Yeah.
I've trundled all the way home in the hour of night by myself, crying my eyes out because I've left her in an ambulance by herself, dead. As far as I'm aware, she's actually dead. She still hadn't moved at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm literally like, my best friend is dead. We're in a foreign country. Don't speak the language. The police hate me. This is awful, right? Now tell her what happens. So you wake up in the morning, I'm bawling my eyes out the whole time at home, trying to watch the Wombles to chill out, but I can't.
don't remember anything from Honey Dijon to waking up. It's giving party girl. So I wake up in a tent. My first initial thing in a tent.
A&E's outside.
No, so just
So firstly, kind of yes, but the tent is...
So I wake up in a tent with my kind mates who were staying there, so they were camping there. Jack had to
They
go
were going
back.
to the festival separate because they're Hungarian. They go every year, whereas we happened to be also be on this press trip, but we were staying in a hotel.
Right. So I've woken up in a tent. At my first instinct, I went, ew. And my mate went, you have got some fucking nerve to wake up and go, ew. I went, ew, why am I in a tent? I get my front camera out. Oh, my days. I get my front camera out and I have 69 written in Sharpie on my forehead. I had all these, like, wires on me.
Like those sticky things that you get for an ECG.
You know, from the hospital. Because I'd had an ECG.
Chloe, it was really serious.
I had a drip on my wrist, right?
In a tent.
I went, what in the Ross have I done in the past 12 hours and why am I in a tent? They said that I was at A&E. Apparently, they were going, we need to know your name.
Oh my God, it's doing TikTok about this.
Yes!
They were like saying
But there's certain things that were like,
name.
what should we say, what should we not? But now we've mentioned it all.
They were like, we need to know your name, we need your details, like, we need to know who you are.
There's been a meltdown.
And I went, apparently I still don't remember any of this, so I must have been still absolutely clarted.
Wow.
They were going, what's your name, tell us. I went, I'm a rock star and that's all you need to know.
Right.
So they just went, get fucked, wrote 69 on my forehead, done. And then I came, no, you're going to die. I came out of A&E.
We're going to pick her up, right, at this point. I'm
She's
still
in the tent.
bawling my eyes out.
This was before I got to the tent.
Okay.
So I don't remember any of this still.
Yeah.
I came out of A&E. They've picked me up.
The medallion skirt has been taken off so that they can put the ECG on. It's in a little plastic folder. She's walking around like this with all her belongings. She's basically...
knickers.
It's giving Adam and Eve, yeah.
Basically, I've got a plastic bag of all my belongings. I came out. I still don't remember this. I went, all in a day's work.
Right.
Can you imagine?
I was so petrified that she died at that festival, and I was forced to leave, otherwise I'd have ended up in prison.
That's actually the worst story I've heard yet.
So
And
he
it's
nearly
all
went
a
to prison
lie.
and I nearly died. Yeah.
Well,
And now you need to tell me that it's a lie.
I'm going to say it's true because I've seen your TikTok and I don't think we need to add anything.
No, it's a lie. That was all made up. Can you imagine?